Hey there guys, it's Kage Tact coming at you for another Guild War kind of recap video, just seeing how we're doing. I don't remember at this point if this is War 3 or 4, time just kind of blends together. If this is 4 and this is our boss battle, well, these guys tried, they fought, but they were down 2 people, and being down 1 or 2 people in this mode against somebody who's got cap defenses and is coordinated is a death sentence, but they tried. I think they're still even now trying to use up tokens, although once that 6-minute marker hits down, I think they can't do anything after the 20-minute mark. So I'd say if you are playing careful, careful doesn't help you when there's 4 hours left and you have 100 tokens to go. But anyway, so let's talk about some of the things I've noticed here. And it's realistically that the kind of like the new gimmicks, the launching pad and stuff, at least on our rarities for gold and silver caps, don't really slow us down from wiping out teams. Now, these guys were, I mean, in terms of defensive value, these guys have a high defensive value. I mean, they're 7.7 million for Battlefield 2. That's pretty good. I mean, most of the top end guilds, I think the highest one I've ever seen was like 8.4 or 8.3. So I mean, these guys are no slouches, and if they had the people that they were missing, they'd probably be about within 90k of us in terms of enlistment. So these guys are no slouches, and I know some people will be like, "Well, you're seal clubbing them and stuff, and you're bragging about beating easy teams, and all this other CTS nonsense that just kind of floats around." But it's like, okay, have I ever led you guys astray? I play to get rewards, and you know, if I get 4 or 5 really easy battles and 1 tough one, I'll take that. Because where do we go from here? We've gotten 250 last season. We probably will get 250 again. Top 250 box. And the next one after that is getting top 100. There is something, though, I am looking into that I am interested to see, and that is if guilds that don't belong in, let's say, Battlefield 5 actually do well enough to like rank top 50 or top 100 by just kind of being there and trying to use the multiplier to their advantage. Now, granted, it's not a good time for people if you're fighting a super mismatch in that tier, but I'm looking at a case study, and I'll get more information at the end of the season, because I am very curious if that is a viable strategy and why some people just kind of forgo things, because you know rewards and everything are cool, but you get actual cosmetics. I'm trying to see if the cosmetic shows here. It might not. I know it's top 50 get it. I don't think I could see it through here, but there is a cosmetic you get. Why doesn't it show? Well, maybe it doesn't show to the end of the season, but I know top 50 get a cosmetic of sorts, a theme. So I can understand why some people would try and do everything in their power to get that, because that is a limited cosmetic, and most guilds aren't going to have access to that. Although, then again, the coolest new theme right now is the 2nd anniversary one, so if you are looking to get a theme, I like the 2nd anniversary one. It's cool looking. I can't complain. I'll probably keep that on for a while. But anyway, so I really don't know. I mean, I want to be able to speak on it more, that people that are jumping into Battlefield 4 and 5 are getting a better overall reward, but they're losing on the back end when it comes to the actual win-loss rewards, because what are the odds of somebody in Battlefield 4 or 5 having a 6 out of 6 win rate or a 5 out of 6 win rate, and getting that guaranteed legendary badge each time? I'd probably say very low. I mean, the loser doesn't always get the guaranteed legendary badge. They take less overall. I'm not sure if these rewards are slightly different in the higher tiers. I haven't looked. But if they are, out of curiosity, if somebody does do Battlefield 5, let me know if the win-loss boxes are the same or if they're different. And if they are different, how much more different? If it actually offsets the risk. Because that is something I take into consideration with these modes, is optimal rewards for everybody. Well, apparently my guys are still going. Well, we won't be able to fight here in a minute, but... So yeah. Overall, I don't think that the launching pads and stuff have really stopped us, per se, from being able to wipe out any and all teams. Even if these guys did have, let's say, 2 extra players, we've already wiped them out and cleared 3 buildings, so, you know, maybe we'd clear 1 building less. So it's not going to stop us. And I know people are like, well, challenge yourself and do all this other stuff. And I'm going to say this. I'm not here to challenge myself in a mobile game. I challenge myself in real life, you know, like losing weight and other craziness. If you do want to challenge yourself in this game, there's nothing wrong with that. Here's the correct answer to all of this, boys and girls. Play the game how you want to play the game, but try not to impose your way of life onto people because you think it's the optimal way to play or the right way to behave and other stuff. Because at the end of the day, this is a game. If you want to go out there and challenge yourselves and put in a lot of extra work and, you know, pat yourselves on the back for having a hard-fought battle, that's cool. That's, hey, more power to you. If you also want to slack your way through things and try and get as many easy battles as possible, hell, if you get 6 easy battles, I'm not going to be like, well, you should have had at least 1 like I do. Like, no, it's like, take it. You know, take the rewards. Take the win, because not everybody likes this mode. Not everybody's super keen on this mode. I do like being able to use units that I've sorely neglected and, you know, never really would play with or do anything with. So that is a positive for this mode. I'm very curious how the mode is going to look next month after our new Megatron units drops and people start having that in an actual defense. That's going to be interesting to see, because that could change the landscaping a bit. That may even minimize the amount of wipeouts we're able to get if that unit is a real pain to tackle and deal with. But we'll see. It hasn't dropped yet. We haven't had a chance to fight it yet. I mean, there's videos out on it, but when it gets here, and you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to that in a future video. But anyway, in terms of everything here, we Seal Club, I get it. But here's the thing I want to express, because some people out there are of the mindset that these guilds we fight are no good, that they're trash, that they're weak, that we shouldn't be fighting them. These guys are a good guild. They're top 206 for raid. They ranked 313 last round. They're not a trash guild, despite what some others, you know, up there on their ivory tower may think. These guys' only crime was not having full participation. And I hate to break it to you, but sometimes it's not easy to recruit people. I mean, I've gone through my trouble trying to recruit people and make sure we maintain 30 for a season. It's not always easy, especially if you have limited avenues to recruit people. I mean, if I wasn't a content creator, I don't know if I'd have 30 people in my guild, to be honest. It just might not have worked that way, or if I didn't have a previous community to work with. So, I mean, I don't know if they need to kind of branch off things and have like a separate bracket for people with a full guild, and then maybe do 25 to 29 for another, because the one main fear is that if they do that, the amount of swing that could happen with matchmaking could be very wild, where you do see, you know, like a 30 million power guild going against a 150 million power guild in some of the higher brackets where things get really crazy. It won't have as much effect on the lower tier. Well, to some degree it will, because, you know, people have their rosters filled out a bit better and they could have more chances to attack and do things. But at a certain point, at least in, you know, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 2, the amount of power doesn't matter too much, because everybody's going to have an equal amount of units to be able to fight with, and then that's where strategy really boils down. So, oh, and this is my plug here, Battlefield 3, D1 cap, please. Can we get a D1 cap in Battlefield 3? That'd be capital. Would really like that, because that would make us move up to Battlefield 3. Because going from G1 to D3 is ridiculous. Anyway, I do have something extra for you guys for sticking around here. Let me go ahead and find it. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Where are you? Okay, there's that there. Let's take a look here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I do have something for you. And it's this little here. Now, this is not an in-game code. You do not use this code in-game. There is no prizes associated with this code. This is a Gleam code for the 2nd anniversary stuff. So what does that mean, essentially? So that means that you have to actually, you know, go onto the web page and enter that code. So let me go ahead and go a step further than last time, because last time I did this, there was some miscommunication. People were not happy. And, well, I shouldn't care that you guys weren't happy about that. But I do want to give you guys the optimal amount of information and make this as seamless as possible. So you would go to the actual Tacticus website. Let's see if I can pull that up here real quick. Oh, this may not work well because of my web browser stuff. Let's try it anyway, though. Oh, yeah, this is totally not going to work well. But you would go to the actual Tacticus website, so let me put that up here on the screen. Oh, wow, that does not transition very well at all. Okay, well, let's fix that real fast. Wow, I actually flipped that upside down. That's pretty bad. So you would go here, go to this website, and you would log in, and you would put that code in there, and that's part of the raffle. It'd be under the content creator codes. You would go ahead and enter that there for a chance to win some cool stuff. And I think a bunch of other content creators have them as well. I'm sure this will be added to a list somewhere for people to grab. So, yeah, with that being said, I think that's about it. I mean, I don't really have too much more here. And yeah, I know some people aren't happy about these videos because, again, this isn't challenging. But I challenge myself in other places, in other ways, and yeah, I'm sorry. If you were coming here to get the most riveting, complete, you know, super crazy fights and stuff, and no, that's just not my style. I'm not going to do that. I do too many other things. I juggle too many other games on the side. You want to see me do stuff like that? Well, I'll be playing Black Myth next week, which is not a phone game, but yeah, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, with that being said, guys, I will catch you on the next one, or maybe I won't. Who knows? But anywho, peace.